It is now obvious to me, in my own view, that many people who are looking forward to studying in Canada will now be losing their monies and they won't be getting student visas. Because there is something a lot of people are not talking about. That is what I'm about to share with you in this video. It is not a bad thing to want to go and study in Canada. But in the last 6 months, with many laws, Canada and ROCC have introduced, it is no longer something I don't know. Now it's obvious to me. People will pay tuition fees. They may even get attestation letters. They will not get visas. Many people. So this is something that is currently happening, and even the schools in Canada, many of them, they have adopted a particular system, and this system they are adopting is a system that will lead to many students losing their tuition fees. Nobody is talking about it. So that is why I have come here to share with you what they have said and the possible outcome from the various laws Canada has introduced these past few months. Studying in Canada will no longer be business as usual the way it was last year and the years before. Please, before I go into this video proper, if you are coming across my channel for the first time or see my face for the first time, my name is Nosa Comedy, the man with the remedy. Many of my fans call me Nosa with the source from the source, because of the legit info I bring to you direct from the source. So if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. A lot is happening here. Here we give it the way it is. We don't sugarcoat anything. You understand? And also give this video a big like. Me, I like that like. Because it is with that like that YouTube will recommend this video to people who also have interest. And greetings, respects. Thank you very much, my existing and returning subscribers. I love you. I love you. And I hope many of you will start getting these visas. But please, listen to what I have to say in this video. It is very, very important. And also share this video to anyone that has interest in studying in Canada. It is very important. Let's be circulating this knowledge. No man is an island, and no one is monopoly of knowledge. Now, the reason why I said people will start losing their monies without getting student visa is this. It is no longer news that Canada has said previously, before now, that the study permits they will be issuing this year will not be more than 364,000, as against almost the 500,000 study permits they issued last year. Even with the almost 500k study permits that were issued in 2023, even many people were not that lucky to still get visas, admissions. Then there was no attestation letter issue. Now that they have said it will not be more than 364,000 study permits that will be issued this year, it is obvious many people will not get admissions to go and study there. And now, you may even get admission. Many of the schools, they have increased their tuition deposits. I know many of you are not aware of this. There are many students from outside, or many would-be students who are looking forward to studying in Canada, who already paid tuition fees of 500, 600, 400. They paid tuition deposit, of 500, 600, $700, up to like $1,000. Now, since the attestation letter matter came up, many of these schools are now telling these people who already paid this tuition deposit of between 500 and 1,000 Canadian dollars to add extra 1K or 1.5 to that tuition deposit they already paid. That is to say, if you have paid $500 before, in Canadian dollars, they are requiring you to pay additional 1.5 to make that money 2K. That is not even the biggest problem, because now, like we already know, these 364 study permits they will issue this year, they are going to share it among the provinces. And now the province will now share their allocation according to their satisfaction and discretion to the various schools in their provinces. And now, these schools, many of them are now saying that this tuition fee you will pay is not refundable. Listen, no. That is why I said many people will lose their money this year and going forward, if this is how they want to play it. Now, ask yourself, you want to go and study in Canada. You applied for admission, paid application fee, or maybe the school waived your application fee for you. Now, you are paying tuition deposit of 2,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, fine. That is part of the tuition. That is to say, if your tuition fee is 10K or 12K, from that 12K, you have already paid 2K. So maybe after you get visa and arrive in Canada, you will have to pay the remaining 10,000. No problem. No problem. But now they are telling you that 10K you will pay, that first 2K tuition deposit, they are now telling you that 2K is non-refundable. That is to say, once you pay that 2,000 Canadian dollars as tuition deposit, they will now write to their province, to the government, to get your attestation letter for you. Because I made a video on this not too long ago, some few days ago, where I said the students are not the one to sort for their attestation letters. The school will get your attestation letter for you. They will get it for you from the government and send it to you via email. You will receive a message from that school as regards the attestation letter. So once they give you the attestation letter, it is with this attestation letter, acceptance letter, and other documents you will use to apply for student visa. If you apply for visa and you are refused, the highest the school will now do is to defer the admission to the next admission cycle. But there will be no longer refund of tuition the way it was way back. So once you are paying that tuition deposit, just know that if you don't get visa and that school defer your admission to the next admission cycle, your money will be lost. Because it is very, very important, before you pay this tuition fee, ask the school, how many times can they defer your admission if you don't get visa during your first application? This Please listen to me. Oh. Now, the reason why this question is very, very important for you to ask the school, check their website if it's there, is this. Let's say you apply to go and study in Canada for May. I'm giving an example. You pay 2K tuition deposit. They gave you attestation letter with acceptance letter. Now, you applied for visa. Mind you, the example is for May admission. Then you got denied the visa. You reached out to the school because, don't forget, in this example, you already paid 2,000 Canadian dollars as tuition deposit. Your money is still with them. Now, the school will not defer that admission to September, which means you will now need to put yourself back together and reapply for visa to be part of the September admission cycle. Now, if you get denied, are you sure this school will defer again to January? Because from the way they are saying it now, it is not like before. There were instances where people applied to study in Canada. They applied for visa or visas. They didn't get visas. The school deferred the admission. After the school deferred the admission to the next admission cycle, they applied for visa again and they were denied. Eventually, that school refunded their money or monies to them after they requested for a refund. Now, these schools are telling you there is no longer refunds. That is what they are saying. Let me read one to you. So please, okay, now listen to this. According to IROCC's official webpage, the Manitoba provincial government has begun issuing PAL, that is provincial attestation letters, to international students as of March 4th, 2024. Like Alberta system, provincial attestation letter in Manitoba will be delivered through DLIs across the province. International students seeking a provincial attestation letter from the Manitoba provincial government may also need to pay a deposit to their chosen DLI before the school can apply for a provincial attestation letter on their behalf. For example, please listen. For example, the official page of the University of Manitoba indicates that the university will require a non-refundable tuition deposit of 2,000 Canadian dollars paid by credit card before applying for provincial attestation letter on the student's behalf. This deposit must be paid within 10 business days from the time a decision has been made on a student's application. For those of you who did not hear well, let me read that line for you. For example, the official page of the University of Manitoba indicates that the university will require a non-refundable, underline that word, a non-refundable tuition deposit of 2,000 Canadian dollars paid by credit card before applying for a provincial attestation letter on the student's behalf. So now, if you pay this University of Manitoba, they are not only the school, other universities have adopted this system of non-refundable tuition fees. So imagine now you pay 2K to this school after you get admission. they send you attestation letter. You apply for visa and you don't get visa. What next? Okay, let's hope they will defer the admission to the next admission cycle. If you still don't get the visa, then what happened to your 2,000 Canadian dollars? That is why I said studying in Canada now is riskier than before. Do you know what it means for somebody to just pay non-refundable 2,000 Canadian dollars? Especially if you are from Africa, where these people's money has more value than our currencies. Now in Nigeria now, I don't even know the current exchange rate of the Canadian dollar. Let's say the Canadian dollar is like 900 now. Let's assume it's 900. So somebody will pay 1.8 million, non-refundable 1.8 million to go and study abroad. I am not saying you shouldn't do this, but I am telling you, make sure you confirm from your school before you pay. The question you will ask that school is, that is, if the school say the money is non-refundable, ask them, how many times, what is the maximum number of deferments you guys can do? So that if they say they can defer up to 4 times, at least you can be applying for, if you apply first time, you didn't get it, they can defer. If you apply for visa again, you didn't get the visa, they can defer. But just know that you will never get that money again if you fail to get the Canadian student visa. That is what they have told us. So that is why I'm here to share it with you. The remedy is to ask the school these questions I have just told you. 2,000 non-refundable. It's not $500. It's not $1,000. 2,000 Canadian dollars. It is not only this University of Manitoba. Many schools, they've adopted this pattern. They want to make money. Because studying in Canada now is even a bigger hot cake. It's even more a hotter cake than the way it was last year. So this is why I decided to bring this to you guys. Settle down. Ask yourself if you are willing to sacrifice a non-refundable $2,000 to go and study in Canada if you don't get the visa. So this is what I brought to you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please, till I see you in my next video, guys, keep winning and have a good day.